Meteorologist Jacob Woods. Jacob, how long will this cool breeze last us?
Well, the good thing is tomorrow is going to be nearly a copy and paste of what we saw out there today. Just a little bit cooler and the humidity coming up just a little bit. And then as we go further on into the upcoming week, we're talking about a more August-like pattern with spotty afternoon storms, not nearly as dry as we stay today and going into tomorrow, and also a warming trend accompanying us as we go into the upcoming week. But right now, it's a beautiful evening as we look live over downtown Birmingham from our BJCC camera. Temperature sitting at 87 degrees. I think we got up to around 89 for a high today. Likely going to be very close to that as we go into our Sunday as well. Kind of had those afternoon cumulus clouds earlier here in the satellite loop, but you can see a lot of that starting to collapse and giving us a mostly clear sky. And temperatures certainly on the warm side out there, but it does not feel too unbearable with those temperatures shy of 90 degrees for every single one of us. 85 in Clanton and Rockford, 84 Alabaster and Coleman, 86 in Jasper, and 87 for our friends in Brent. They're not too far away from a couple of showers and some downpours here moving through Greensboro, portions of Greene and Hale County. Did have a heavier one just along and west of Highway 43 south of Forkland. That one's starting to die off as it continues to move towards the west, and really not much of anything left here moving into portions of Fayette and Lamar counties as that continues to push off into Mississippi. We've got nothing to watch here around the radar in terms of the Coca-Cola Amphitheater or anywhere in downtown Birmingham, so just a beautiful night to go out there. Riley Green taking the stage at 7 o'clock. Temperature is already in the 70s and staying dry once we get to around 9 and 10 o'clock a little bit later in the show. One of the factors of why it felt so nice today is because our humidity is really not too bad. Typically, those dew points are around 72, 73, 74, 75. Today, they have been in the 60s. They were like this yesterday. A couple of just very pinpoint locations still creeping up into those muggy levels, but we've been staying shy of the 70-degree dew point range for a long time here in at least the Birmingham area, thanks to that northeasterly to easterly component with our winds. Still seeing that kind of wedging effect, some shallow air here at the surface, kind of less humid than it is with the air above our heads. And you can see it here with more of that tropical-like humidity staying suppressed to our south, but that is not going to be staying there for the rest of the week, unfortunately. Once we get into tomorrow evening, especially Monday, Tuesday, that tropical muggy air mass returns. So right now it doesn't feel too bad, but we start to get into that awful to dangerous category by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it looks like we stay right there for the rest of the week. What does that mean? Well, even though high temperatures aren't going to be really moving up a whole lot, the humidity will. So those heat index values in the mid-90s tomorrow, but getting into the triple digits for Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures getting around 90 once we get into the Thursday time period. For tomorrow, your planner looks good. Temperatures getting into the mid-80s. We're going to start out the day dry. Only a 20% chance of a few isolated showers and maybe a storm tomorrow afternoon. Highs are going to be in the upper 80s for most of us along and east of Interstate 65, but some places, Fayette, Carrollton, Tuscaloosa, getting up to around 90 degrees. The Futurecast shows really similar conditions to what we saw today, a mix of sun and clouds as we go into the afternoon. Starting out the day cloudy for some, but you can tell a few specks of green. If anything does form tomorrow, it is going to be very light, kind of like what we saw today. So as we look at that 7-day forecast, the rain gear needs to be with us, especially for Tuesday and Wednesday. Scattered storms continuing, and the extended forecast shows highs getting closer to average once we get to next weekend and early next week. Sydney?
Still ahead, a